Welcome back to MoAre5 winners bracket. TaToH against TaToH. You can see draft here. You can see TaToH actually random goth. I think he was still thinking about his choice, and then suddenly the time was gone. So Malians got Koreans against Mayans, Italians, and Ethiopians here, and we are going into game one. Koreans for TaToH, Ethiopians for TaToH. So as expected, actually, with the Koreans, Loom coming up 737, and then we're going to see click up to Fuel Age for TaToH. Let's go for his map quickly. He's got an extra gold, an extra stone safe in the back. You cannot see this. Didn't scout it. He's got a second stone safe in the back. You cannot see that either by a tile. Actually, I think he should send a scout to the back there to actually find out what's happening in the back. And he could have even sent a sheep like this. He needs to take the main stone, which is very forward, main gold on the side, but forward. Second and third gold outside. And I don't know, can TaToH see this already? You know, it's still at home. But this is very, very dangerous here for TaToH. 3 golds all in one screen and the main stone. If there's a castle up like right here, then TaToH will be in trouble. I think that's one of the reasons that he's going forward. Of course, Koreans have a strong tower rush. We have an extra gold here on the map. We have deer on the right hand side, but TaToH didn't take them. Relics on the map as well. Doesn't really matter at this point, I guess. We have the main gold for TaToH in the back, but not too safe because the back actually is here. There's 3 deer inside, maybe 4. I guess he lured only 1. There is the second gold safe in the back. We have then the main stone on the far side on the left hand side, third gold on the left hand side outside. A house and a few walls coming up quickly, but the watchtower will be up for TaToH really fast here. Second stone on the outside on the right hand side, and I think we've seen everything. Now TaToH immediately is moving to take the main gold and main stone, and he's immediately going to palisade wall the stone actually. Of course TaToH will be able to go in because this is not walled, and a lot of walls actually coming up from TaToH, who's still upping to Fuel Age. Even walls coming up on the left hand side to wall 1 relic in, but the villager suddenly is idle. Not sure what, I guess that's a berry villager, and now TaToH found it. And the only opening now towards the TC, I think another house should come up here, and then at this point, TaToH will be fully walled again. TaToH now moving in. TaToH still on the way to Fuel Age, 26 villagers. I guess he should have expected a tower rush, but maybe expected and knows what to do against it. Let's see. Another tower coming up, and we go a little bit faster. There's actually 2 palisades instead of a house coming up, and the watchtower to protect the main gold for now. Also TaToH with enough stone for another watchtower to protect the main stone. The berries here. I like these walls actually, but there still could come a watchtower up here, and then the main stone would be gone. Second stone can be covered. I guess TaToH cannot see this. Can you see the main stone? No, he didn't scout it, and that's bad. If he had scouted that main stone, I think he would be in a very improved position, a way better position. But like this, the watchtower is actually making sure that TaToH can not just go in with the villagers. Where are you going to go next, TaToH? Going with another watchtower. I guess fletching coming up for him. He's done already. And he is, for now, not able to go into TaToH space, which is interesting. TaToH, for now, is relatively safe. Not on stone any longer, actually. And TaToH not going to Castle Age anytime soon. He's sending villagers to gold now. But he doesn't have a lot of food in the bank. Has 5, 6, 7 farms, maybe, up and running, and he's got a few villagers, actually only 1 on the berries. Not sure what his plan is here. He's going to the outside to actually maybe even counter rush. Archer rangers coming up on the right hand side. I didn't even see this. I think TaToH doesn't know about it either. Let's see for TaToH. Walling his towers in, and I guess TaToH could think about Castle Age very soon now, going to the main gold here. And he's still with a lot of villagers on stone. I think, yes, TaToH should know about the golds. Now I can see the second and third gold and the main gold, so he knows this might be a good spot to attack. And too bad his archer rangers are on the other side. The blacksmith now coming up. TaToH is not able to go in. He is putting 2 watchtowers on the third gold here actually, and prevented TaToH from completely stonewalling, but it's not a big problem because TaToH right now is not going in. And can he finally see the main stone? I think he should be able to see it. He can see it, and the watchtower is coming up. Actually, no, it's an outpost, but I think he should put a watchtower up right where that outpost is. It would have been good for him. The outpost didn't really give him a lot because the watchtowers are there anyways. Now I want to see what TaToH is doing. He's going with archers. He's going with an outpost here, and a watchtower coming up on the corner here. So he's actually tower hopping in. Now TaToH is fully involved already. What a crazy game. This is not a typical arena anymore. It's a Feudal Age war. And we do see stone still for TaToH coming in. TaToH has still safe gold. Actually not too safe because there is now archers on the main gold, and they're actually starting to attack those walls. TaToH is the first to click up to Castle Age. He will have the guard tower upgrade for free. Archers going into that corner of his base, which is completely walled. Another watchtower coming up, or is it an outpost? No, watchtower coming up here for TaToH. He's going to counterattack with a lot of archers actually staying in Castle Age. He will be able to click up to Castle Age very soon now. About 100 stone. And which is very surprising to me. TaToH is not going with the tower on the main stone, and I wonder why not. Doesn't really make sense to me. Counter watchtower coming up to make sure Star cannot just go in, and I guess, can this be hopped? I don't really know, but if this can be hopped, would be really interesting to see. A quick gate coming up, that makes sense. So now it cannot be hopped, but the gate will go down if the archers are attacking it for a little bit. I guess TaToH should not allow Stark to go in. No, the gate is getting now more HP. Should be fine. Actually, one villager is bait. And now we have Cardo coming in, Castle Age on the way, but TaToH is up to Castle Age. The guard tower 8+2, actually, both Kinaro coming in. And that means also guard towers inside Stark space. Still no tower here. Why not? Actually, TaToH is doing stables now, but he should have built a guard tower just on the main stone. I really don't understand why he didn't do that. It doesn't make sense to me at all, and he could see the other stone, so he could have prevented Stark from going for a lot of towers here. But now Stark going to attack a house here, or I don't know which house it actually is, and he's still going to try and go in. What is TaToH going to do at this point? Stark actually in the score lead, because I guess it was the military units, both 40 villagers. Knights coming in to actually attack that watchtower now. And that means while the wall is going down, 39 HP now, and TaToH is open on the left hand side. Stark and TaToH is sending the knights to take down this watchtower, so he will be able to take his gold safely again. Now finally the guard tower is up on the main stone. Was waiting for that for a long time, actually too long. But on this side, the crossbowman can now move in. TC coming up on the woodline. I like this TC spot, and 2 guard towers. I think the crossbows won't have an easy time. Siege workshop coming up from Stark now as well. Is he going for any extra TCs on that small woodline in the main gold? Looks good for him. The crossbows move in? I don't think so. I think they just are inside these watchtowers and staying at home or outside. Now this watchtower went down, and then 5 knights actually attacking that house now. What, guard towers against watchtower still happening? No, the house is actually taking all damage. Good job here from Stark. And Stark is not on stone any longer. He cannot take more stone, but Stark doesn't need stone at this point. He's got 3 TCs up and running now, so I guess he's going to go for a little bit of a mini boom. He's got a crossbowman on the field. Ethiopians, of course, good crossbowman. And he's actually walling in his watchtower with the 5 crossbows inside to make sure those knights can actually not do too much damage. Now 1 mangonel approaching with only 7 range against 10 right now. We know what this means. And crossbowman inside. This mangonel should go down quite fast. And of course TaToH will start and repair it. But it's not going to be able to take a lot of HP away from the watchtower. And on the other side there is no ram coming up. So Stark is saying, I can slowly push against these towers. I can get rid of them. On the left hand side TaToH is still taking gold. Here a TC coming up. This was a tower attempt, I guess, but it's not happening. TC on the second gold, and that mangonel still not able to attack here. I guess the TaToH needs 2, 3 maybe to get rid of that. Also going with the TC. What a game, actually. I feel like I'm casting Arabia here. Not used to that. We're 29 minutes into the game, and so many things have happened already, starting in minute 10 more or less. Now the watchtower is going down fast. 3 mangonels as expected. The crossbowman will hop out. Look at this, going out, and outside the crossbowman will have an advantage. This 1 crossbow is not going to die. Tower will disappear. On the other side, Stark actually getting rid of all the guard towers, so he can once again run freely or walk freely inside his space. And this gate now getting attacked, so Stark will have trouble from the left hand side. There is 2 stables up for TaToH, and a stable also coming up from Stark now. What is TaToH in that stable? It's still knights, mangonel, so that's the unit choice here right now for TaToH. Korean Knights not the strongest, I guess. I think they don't get bloodlines, do they? They have no bloodlines. I think they don't get it. And TaToH can still not see the extra resources inside his space. Stark is not inside TaToH's space any longer. That means TaToH can concentrate on the left hand side. The gate is went down, but there is a few quick stone walls coming up and a siege workshop to block the way in. Now the ram finally went down. TC coming up on the stone for Stark. Very important to see. TaToH resources are looking good. He's doing chain warding armor. But there is 2 knights actually coming in to take down 3 mangonels. Now they can go back, and with the support of the crossbowmen, those knights can attack. At the same time, this was still open. You can't really see it because of the tower. And now knights moving into Stark's base, into Stark's economy. We'll get rid of that mangonel. Maybe able to take down a few of those villagers actually that are running around. Stark quickly walling himself with barracks. Only 7 wood left on that tree, so he may not take that anymore. But with the barracks coming up, he will be able to go for pikemen, or maybe even spearmen will be enough. TaToH could go for a castle now. I think he should put a castle maybe around, somewhere around that stone. He's actually going outside, sorry, not stone, gold. Actually going in front of that gold, it makes sense. And where's the knights now? The knights are inside that woodline. Actually, Yeah, oh, that's huge. Stark overchopped. That means the knights could go in, but there's too many crossbowmen and a few pikemen already. On the knight raiding stopping already. And we have almost the same villager numbers. Military-wise, not so far apart. And resource-wise, TaToH will be able to click up to Imperial Age soon. Stark can click up as well. Needs to build a university, needs to finish it. I guess nobody went for any relics. And that's true. TaToH has one actually. It's got a monastery somewhere. I'm not really looking for that right now. And we're going to see a castle for Stark as well. Both players on the way to Imperial Age. Castle coming up in a very forward position. This could be interesting. You can't really allow TaToH to go for siege onages in Imperial Age, so let's see how Stark is going to prevent this. I think in post-Imperial Age the Koreans should be stronger as long as there's still a little bit of gold left. Not sure how it is in mid-Imperial Age, and we are going to see a lot of upgrades now. No more raiding coming up, both players are preparing. Let's go a little bit faster, but what a game already actually. So much happening, I like this. I like to see those two players go for it, and with a lot of action on the map. I don't need to go so fast, the game videos will be longer, but it's not a big problem. Castle is up, siege workshop coming up, castle for TaToH is up as well. What are you going to see? A few war wagons on the field, archer ranges on the way, arson coming in, so we're going to see infantry then, maybe for the pikemen, just the arson upgrade, or are we going to see standard infantry? Actually, it's possible, but it's unlikely for now. I don't know what the plan is yet. We are going to find out. First up, castle for TaToH on the way. I think you should go for trebuchet immediately. Can afford it, and Onager coming in. That makes sense. Trebuchet and Onager the first upgrades. Maybe Bracer coming up next for those elite skirmishers. And we have conscription, capture, and tumors or chemistry for Stark. If TaToH is allowed to go siege Onagers, then this could be dangerous for Stark. At this point, 46 military units for Stark against only 22. That means he has a little bit of an advantage with the capture coming up soon, and probably trebuchets. No traps on the way yet. But with the halberdiers and cap rams, he will be good to go in and try to attack, try to raid, try to raise a little bit as well. On the left hand side, no, TaToH is actually finishing that gold. Of course, he's got the keep upgrade for free, but no more towers inside his base, only one outside. And the cap rams now moving in. There's no halberdiers inside. I'm a little bit disappointed to see that. I would have loved to see the halberdiers go into the cap rams. Now those should move forward. And only now the trebuchet is coming up. The trap's starting to hit that keep. I think they need to defend the castle, because this castle is going down fast, but maybe Stark doesn't need the castle any longer. It's going up within the castle on the left hand side, a little bit more in the back here. And for now, minor fights happening, the Rams moving back, Platinum Armor, Iron Casting Guilds, Siege Engineers coming from both players. I think TaToH is on a good way to get Siege Onager here. May need a little bit more time, but he's caught up in military numbers. Actually, bombard cannons now coming in. That's a good idea for Stark. Like this, TaToH can do the same. It's going with trebuchets mostly, and losing two of them very fast. Now the knights finally moving in, but another trap going down, and those onagers are actually taking down the other trap. That's not good. Friendly fire again. Bring out your armor, and that means Stark still in a good position. War wagons move to the left hand side, taking on the rest of the crossbowmen. Those rams will fall to the knights here. Also onagers up now, and Stark is getting siege ram, but he's not able to push for now. Onagers and lead skirmishers on the field against halberdiers and rams for now. Those war wagons need to go back, and there is only one castle here, one in the middle. So last war wagons is not going to be TaToH's choice here, I guess. That's hard to pull off, and then I don't know if it's the most effective way ever. We have now two trebuchets hitting that castle, a very important castle on the left hand side. Onagers should move in, but there is the bombard cannons attacking from distance, 13 range of course. And the Onager is going down fast here actually. Good micro from Stark. Is he microing his way into TaToH's base here? Sorry, TaToH. Of course TaToH now Tyrant, so forgive me for that confusion. Torsion engines on the way. Very important upgrade here for Stark. That's giving the blast damage to, is it for Onagers or for siege units in general? I don't know. Shinkichon on the way for the Onagers. They should have the 8+2 then very soon. Yes, 10 range on the Onagers, but no siege Onager yet. TaToH maybe saving up, but he needs a little bit more gold, and he cannot take too much gold from the outside here. He found the extra gold inside his base, which is good for him, a few outposts on the left hand side. But Stark is gaining map control, getting rid of the towers, the siege rams approaching, and TaToH doesn't have a lot of military units. Few elite skirmishers, those Onagers are very important for him, but he needs the mass more units. I think something like Light Kefasar would be really nice, or maybe even his own halberdiers. That would be a possibility too, because helps would be good against the siege rams, would be good against the bombard cannons even, and of course against other halberdiers. We know that it takes a while, but the Onagers behind that might help a lot. Like these elite skirmishers will actually die to bombard cannons as well if TaToH is not careful. And on the left-hand side, Halberdier is now moving in to start and raid a little bit. This gold cannot be taken by TaToH yet. He needs to gain control here again. And *4rk is the one who is pushing in. Both players on 132 villages now. But *4rk has more military units. He's sending in Halberdiers to try and take down these onagers. Help now on the way from TaToH. Actually, good choice for him, in my opinion, as I said just a few minutes ago. Or a few moments ago. But TaToH is open and *4rk may be able to get more and more units up. He's got a good amount of food and gold in the bank. And Bombard Siege Ram Halberdier is a really nice combination, I think. Oh yes, even Lightcav coming in to maybe try and raid a little bit. Now TaToH finally got that Onager and Halberdier combination, chainmail armor on the way, but still not enough resources for siege Onager. *4rk actually almost got those. And TaToH is low on everything, and that's the problem for him. Onagers alone won't do the trick here. Too many Halberdiers moving in. Those barracks won't go up. The siege ram is approaching from the left-hand side. This looks like game from *4rk already. Royal Harris, not sure what that did. I'm not going to look it up now. The Lightcav moving in to try and maybe raid the wood lines, get a few villages down, and TaToH is losing villages, as you can see. He's going to lose those Lightcav. *4rk is going to lose the Lightcav eventually, but Hussar even coming in, a very important upgrade for the raiding. And the Halberdier is now moving in to take down the bombard cannon. That siege ram is still standing, and the keep will go down. TaToH losing control over those two relics that he had before, and *4rk is now sending everything into TaToH's base. TaToH is in trouble here, look at this. Now *4rk low on gold, he wasn't able to take this gold, he still did not go for the relics. Where's the extra gold? Here on the right hand side, he has been mining that for a little bit already, so not so much left. And *4rk I think now is preparing for another big push, and TaToH is low on military units, that's the problem, low on resources. How can he come back? A castle even coming up on the left hand side, this is very important to see for TaToH now. But *4rk is already attacking with the bombard cannon. This castle needs to stay up, otherwise TaToH won't be able to get gold in. And the problem is 4 siege rams now attacking the castle inside his main base, close to the main TC. Elite Shotel warrior on the way from *4rk, I think, just to make sure, yes, I'm going to win this, I'm going to show you my units. And TaToH is calling GG. *4rk winning the first game here, Ethiopians against Koreans. Game 2, and I guess we can expect TaToH to go with Malians here, because the Goths were just random. Mayans or Italians against the Malians, not too sure. Let's see what *4rk is picking here. Actually, Mayans for *4rk, safe choice, and the Malians coming from TaToH, it makes sense. Let's go for *4rk's map here. Main stone forward, main gold on the side. We have extra resources inside his back, extra stone, extra gold. He did scout that, very good for *4rk. And we have, no, on the left hand side, a lot of nothing in the back. Actually, we have 4 deer outside, which he didn't take with Mayans. He doesn't really need them, I guess. 3rd gold far outside. Second stone forward, and a second gold outside on the other side. One really close to space, this one not too far away at least. Let's go for TaToH's map right now, and I think, wait, let me switch back. There is some purple here. So actually *4rk is palisade scouting the main stone and the second stone. Look at this, this is quite nice, good scouting for him. So he knows TaToH will not go for a tower rush here. Instead TaToH has an archery range up, is going to castle age, of course, with the main gold forward, the second gold inside, but forward on the wall, second stone on the right hand side. We've seen that. We've seen the main stone for him. That means 1 gold should be in the back, or did I miss one on the left hand side? Maybe, no, there's a really close 4 deer outside, which he didn't take either. Wow, that's the 3rd gold from TaToH, really far away, but at least he's got the second gold also inside, extra gold in the back, and he scouted that as well this time, good for him. So for now we're waiting for castle age, and let's wait what the players are actually going to do. Archer production starting, and what are those villagers doing? Building a siege workshop now. *4rk has 3 villages on stone, so it will go for the plumed archers. Actually expected pretty much. Maybe he's going to go for TC first. TCs, yes, 1 TC coming up on the woodline here in the back. Can fit a farm in here. One more, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6 farms maybe are fitting around the TC. And 1 TC on that extra stone, safe in the back here. Interesting to see, but it's not a bad idea. And we have 3 villages still on stone, 3 on gold, so *4rk is delaying the castle a little bit. And now we do see crossbowmen coming forward with the siege tower. We're going to see the siege tower hub from TaToH against *4rk. How is *4rk going to react here? He can see this now, and he's gonna hear it because the alarm bell should ring, and we have the crossbowmen now killing the 3 stone villagers. Quick gate coming up. I guess *4rk needs to buy stone to get a castle now. He may be in trouble even. The villagers are going back, but he's in stone in the back, so he will be able to go for stone. Not for now. He needs to focus here, go for the siege workshop, and he doesn't have safe golds apparently, except for the one in the back here, but the others are forward outside. That gate may go down even, and more crossbow is coming in from TaToH. TaToH with a good attack here. *4rk did not expect the siege tower hub. 1 scorpion though will be good against the crossbowmen, at least need to run away. Actually, Scorpion is a very nice choice here. You don't really need a Mangonel to be able to at least push those away. I guess you can't kill the crossbowman, but a few Scorpions underneath their TC and you will be fine. So I think Stark should be able to get the castle up if he wants to. And that siege tower, there's still a crossbowman inside, I guess. This one is going down. TaToH is going with TCs, one on the wood line here, the other on the wood line in the back. And he's not going for TC on any of the resources, interestingly enough. I guess I would have gone with the TC on the main gold, maybe. But it's alright. Now these crossbowmen are trying to run away or maybe counterattacking. No, they're actually just running away from the Scorpions. And there's the forward siege workshop because, yes, the TaToH needs to support his crossbowmen. Maybe he needs to send his own Scorpions, but Mangonels should be better. And those two Scorpions have done a lot. TC now coming up for Stark on the main gold, a very nice idea. Two crossbowmen going in, one going down, the second going down actually. And that means the siege tower hopped, which was a very good idea, suddenly not working out because Stark was able to wall, and now with the TC he will be quite safe. There's a ram now even, and TaToH sent a villager in to build an inside stable, but not in Stark's base, not as long as he has got Scorpions around. And there's that castle coming up for the mains play for Stark here. And that means with plumed archers coming up, I think the crossbowman won't be a really good choice. And that stable won't go up. Now that castle is protecting Stark's economy, and TaToH probably should try and boom a little bit. Stark is on 62 villagers, TaToH on 68, but Stark with 4 TCs now. Let's check for TaToH actually. He's got that mill around. I like the idea to place more mills. 1, 2, 3 TCs only, and really low on resources. Wheelbarrow coming from him only now. Doesn't have stone to build on the TC. Look at this, that would be a nice TC spot if you only want to get wood here. I guess it's not the perfect TC spot then. Maybe on the main gold, but there's a second mining camp, so no TC on the main gold. Maybe on the stone then later on. He's 4 villages in stone right now, and Pillar Archer and Wheelbarrow coming in. He is not going for any more Militarians, I guess. He's attacking that gate because why not? It doesn't hurt to use your Militarians. He's going for skirmishes now actually. What is that about? I'm really not sure. Stark, are you doing actually something other than... Yeah, a few plumed archers actually now on the field, so Stark... TaToH could see this probably. The plumed archers going around the Mangonel to try and take it down. Nice try to attack, but those plumed archers are so fast that they are not taking a lot of damage here. The wolf will go down, sorry T90, but woo, not happening. Handguard coming from TaToH. Another siege tower to maybe move forward, but there's Eagle Scouts on the field now as well. That means that siege tower won't stand up for too long. Look at this, it's going down pretty fast already. Actually, siege tower with, I want to know this, how much units are inside there, how many units? It's 5 crossbowmen, and those crossbows won't go far. They're getting dropped out now, but there's the TC fire already. The Eagle Scouts will die, but so will the crossbowmen. TaToH on the way to Imperial Age halfway there. Stark also clicked up, and the question is, what is going to happen in Imp here? Malians against Mayans. I guess plumed archers is a good idea. How good I get better against the plumed archers? I don't know. And I would like to see champions, but elite skirmishes getting done. Eagle warrior on the way from Stark, so I guess elite eagles is the plan here. And castle now coming up forward for TaToH. Champions for the Malians do get the plus, how is the plus 7 in total, I think, on the Pierce armor. So they might be quite decent against the plumed archers, maybe not only champions, elite skirmishes and onagers might not hurt. There is actually Eagle warriors now coming out to attack the 2 forward Mangonels. Those elite skirmishes won't do anything against that. And while TaToH is up to Imperial Age, Stark is not far away. What is Stark going to do here? I guess elite Eagle warrior is a good idea. And Trebuchet coming up from TaToH, it makes sense. On the right hand side, those Eagle warriors actually taking down skirmishes like they're nothing. And TaToH 104 villagers, Stark 115, not a big difference. But quick gates coming up because now the siege tower hop is happening, and TaToH was too slow. Put a house there and you're fine. But elite Eagle warriors, not elite, but almost elite Eagle warriors going in. Not elite already actually, and they are going to try and raid as much as they can. Left hand side to Trebuchet is hitting that castle. Stark is preparing, but TaToH should be able to get that down. Problem is TaToH is busy inside his base to try and defend, and those elite Eagle warriors still moving in. Still trying to catch also a few idle villages actually. And that castle only now producing it to counter Trebuchet. Elite Eagle warrior going out, but it's going down fast, and there's no hand cannoneers on the field from TaToH. Interesting choice. I don't know, I would have preferred to see champions really. Eldorado coming in, plate mail armor on the way as well. The hand cannoneers will be okay-ish. The stable finally finished. I guess that's not really a big point here. Castle from Stark will go down. Stark's investing a lot of stone, of course. And I guess the 2 traps should be enough, or maybe they aren't. But 500 HP, now it's gone. And is TaToH losing his castle? Let's check out. Let's find out 700, 800 HP, but there's also 2 trebuchets hitting that castle, so he's going to lose the forward castle as well. And I guess that favors Stark in a way, because he's got the more mobile units, almost fully upgraded elite Eagle Warriors, elite skirmishers now the way, blast furnace, and the mix of elite skirmishers and hand cannoneers won't be too good against those elite Eagle Warriors. Now quick walls coming up again, but TaToH trying to wall this off, but Stark saying, hey, there is an open spot, I can go in, and now there's more elite Eagle Warriors moving in to try and raid even more. Stark, I guess, can afford this for now. TaToH's taking the forward stone here from Stark. 2 trebuchets now hitting the barracks. It's a good idea that one of those 2 traps actually hitting the stable. That's not really important at this point. Elite Eagle Warriors moving to the back here, 100 HP, 8 pierce armor, and he's gonna find a few villagers here trying to build a new mill, a few farms, and he may even find villagers that are building a TC on the extra gold. On the front, 2 trebuchets and a bombard cannon now, taking down a few units. Plumed Archers moving in, not elite, Bracer only now coming up. The Scorpion could actually do a little damage to those hand cannoneers, but not for long, because it's going down. On the left hand side, TaToH actually not looking too bad. A lot of elite skirmishers in the middle. The elite Eagle Warriors probably went down, but Stark has more villagers. TaToH only on 118, and he's moving back now. That bombard cannon should not have gone down, and the trebuchet is being abandoned by the rest of the army. That was not a good idea. Stark looking good at this point. Cavalier coming in now from TaToH, and TaToH also going with the castle to protect his 3rd gold even. Very good from TaToH, trying to get as much gold as possible. The hand cannoneers fighting against the elite skirmishers, but I guess they are going to die at the castle fire now. Bloodlines, husbandry, chain burning armor, stone shaft mining coming from Stark. A lot of stables on the left hand side. Stark more or less moving to the right hand side, where he's got 3 siege workshops forward, actually a lot of barracks and archery rangers, and he's starting to take that castle. Is protecting 2 of the golds here from TaToH, and more elite Eagle Warriors going into the siege tower. The siege tower proving really effective here when you have the elite Eagle Warriors on the field. On the left hand side, TaToH is not really pushing. Farimba coming up, the +5 I think on the Cavalier. But again, elite Eagle Warriors getting dropped, and now the cap drums approaching, chemistry on the way. No, that castle will go down, and TaToH is potentially going to lose more and more villagers here. Elite Eagle Warrior raiding is something he cannot cope with right now. Sending back the Cavalier and the hand cannoneers, so he's giving up his forward for now. At least he's sending back his army. And Stark is just trying to get a lot of raiding done, and in the meantime try to push, actually going here in the middle, sending in all the units. Look at this, elite skirmishers getting dropped into TaToH's base now even, or almost. Yes, there we go. And more elite Eagle Warriors. Right now TaToH over the good fighting position, garrisoning the villagers into the TC, or still a few of them will go down, and he still did not wall this. I'm not sure why. He could have gone with the palisade gate, will be fine. Right now he's able to get rid of most of the units inside his base. Stark only on 40 military units instead of, I think it was 60 or something like that. And the Farimba Cavalier looking pretty good right now. But Stark is doing pikemen to actually be able to counter those Cavalier, and both players won't be able to afford too many gold units in the next like 10 minutes. Stark actually good on gold. Relic wise, TaToH with 2 relics. Stark doesn't have any of them. TaToH now opening the base, going with the town center on that gold. And Stark, 700 gold in the bank roughly. Few siege rams hitting those walls now. On the left hand side, he doesn't really care apparently. Another TC coming up. What a crazy game actually. 48 minutes in. I don't know how this is going to end, but Stark is population capped, and that's huge. While TaToH population capped on 170. That's not something you want to have. Does he lose another castle maybe? No, actually not. He needs more houses, and he's very busy defending. There is still elite Eagle Warriors inside raiding, and he needs to send a Cavalier to take care of those. And now more elite skirmishers moving in. Actually, TaToH looking to be in danger right now. There's a castle coming up from Stark, and this is huge because it's going to be able to attack the TC and cover the gold. On the left hand side, now Stark sending Halberdiers and elite skirmishers, because why not? Actually also siege rams. Really nice post-im combination when their gold is running low. And that castle is up, so TaToH will also have to deal with the castle on the right hand side with a lot of army on the left hand side. Actually a good amount of military units here, a good amount of army from TaToH clearing the Halberdiers and elite skirmishers, but isn't it going to be enough? Can TaToH finally go in and do some raiding maybe? There's 146 villagers, and 140 of them roughly are working non-stop. TaToH is better with military units, but he doesn't have a lot of resources, and Stark has 3k food, 2k 3 gold, and can afford to actually lose army because he can just go for more. Elite Eagle Warriors now starting to attack the Cavalier. and finally a little bit of raiding coming up, but Stark saying, no, you're not going into the back of my base where there's a few farms, a lot of lumberjack, so he's just walling this, and for now TaToH cannot really go in. Actually a very nice layout here with the houses and buildings around TC, a really nice protective architecture, what do you call that? Don't know. TaToH not trying to counterattack, but Stark, look at this, he's going in the siege ramps to take down TCs, to take down actually almost everything he finds. With 50 military units now, and here TaToH with a nice push, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. Stark still in the military lead, no, in the score lead, actually now in the military lead as well, and he's sending in, does he still have elite eagle warriors inside? Not for now, he lost the siege ramps, there is a few plumed archers, but not too many of them, TaToH will be fine there. And now TaToH trying to go in, but Halberdiers and elite skirmishers as well as plumed archers, now elite plumed actually fully upgraded, coming to help. And by that, I think Stark will be able to defend here. The rams might be the only problem, but as long as there's Halberdiers around, Stark will be fine. 2 rams actually attacking that market. Market might be important. Fortified wall coming from Stark. I guess why not? And on the front, he is going with villagers to build a very, very forward castle. This will be really annoying. If this castle is up, this might be GG, because TaToH will have a very hard time. He has only 1 castle left. That's the one on the left hand side here. And I guess he needs trebuchets or, I don't know, bombard cannons to get rid of castles here. On the left, let's see, is he still pushing? He's not really making too much progress because Stark is now building fortified walls here quickly. Go to the mainstay. I think they still are cheaper. Don't overchop here, but I guess he will be fine for now. Trebuchet now hitting that castle in the middle of Stark's base, so more or less a small base trade happening. The thing is, though, Stark has more villages working, and he's got those siege rams inside TaToH's base. Now plumed archers and Halberdiers moving into those wood lines. At the back, a good amount of farmers working, but not so many. And on the left hand side, TaToH with a lot of elite skirmishers fighting plumed archers. That's cost effective for him. Trebuchet went down. That means the castle is staying up for now. Cavalier trying to move in, a little bit of raiding going on here and there. This is just a crazy game. Look at this. A lot of plumed archers here on the right hand side, a few elite eagles. TaToH very low on resources in general except for wood. Stark actually 3k plus wood, 5k food in the bank, so he can sell resources if really needs gold. Nice. This Cavalier 1 HP, but it's attacking and taking down a lot of villagers. What a hero. Now Stark is moving back instead of just attacking, but I guess the Cavalier will now go down. In the meantime, those siege rams are doing a hell of a good job, taking down so many buildings, and those elite skirmishers just won't do the trick. The Cavalier actually cannot see the ram, I guess. Finally stopped here. In the back, there is raiding by Halberdiers and elite eagle warriors, and TaToH finally calling GG. 131 population. He was not really completely down, but look at the resources from Stark, look at the resources from TaToH. It's pretty much over right now, and Stark taking 2 games in a row. That means we're going to see a match game already for Stark in game number 3. Now TaToH with Goth, and we're going to see Goth against Italians. I fear that Italians may be better in this matchup on Arena, because a fully boomed Goth player could beat Italians, I guess, here, but are you going to allow him to fully boom? I don't think so. Let's go for Stark's map right now with Italians. He's up first. He's got the main gold safe in the back, but no back base. That's actually pretty nice for him to have that main gold so safe. We have nothing actually. Second gold outside. Third gold on the other side outside, second stone outside, close to the goal. The main stone forward, but not too far forward at least. 3 deer outside, which he didn't bother to take apparently. Instead we see 3 farms and probably 5, no, only 4 villages actually on board. We're on the way to Castle Age, double bricks gold mining coming in. 4 villages on gold right now. I'm not sure what that build order is. Is he going to boom, or maybe 1 monastery boom? TaToH actually with 2 villages in stone right now, so maybe he's gonna go for a castle. Market and blacksmith coming up for him. He's got this 3rd gold outside, but could actually protect this by building a few houses here, maybe one really close. The main stone, we've seen that forward, stopping any potential tower hops, but Stark is really not a tower hop kind apparently. We have then the main gold safe in the back, we have the second gold safe in the back, we have an extra gold in the back, and TaToH can see all of those. And the second stone outside here, close to another relic. 3 deer really far away. Extra berries, could have even milled the berries, maybe lured deer there, but none of the players went with deer. Instead, we're going to see Stark with the TC on the wood line here in the back. Stark with 2 monasteries coming up, and that's nice actually, a gate behind that wall, so he's only opening 1 piece of wall here, and that's it. He's going with double monastery, so he's going aggressive here, and he's also taking 30 more stone to build a 3rd TC later on. I guess that's a good idea, but first the monks coming up, maybe a forward siege workshop soon. Let's Let's see for TaToH, what can he do against this? Is he going to play anything against this? Barracks coming up actually, and potentially stable or archer range if he needs it, but first the TC on the main gold, and another TC on the woodline here in the back. Still 4 villages on stone, so maybe a castle coming up soon, and there's the stable coming up, or stables. Now that means he expects monks, and he knows I need something to defend. Start doing Sanctity, very important upgrade for the monk rush here, and I guess he's starting to collect relics. There's one in already. Where's more relics on the field? Is he getting a second relic? Yes. We have then more relics. One close to TaToH, a second close to TaToH, and that one in neutral zone. Star can see all of them, which is good for him. I think for now he's pretty happy with like collecting relics without any problems. He's also doing a few spearmen now, at least one of them is out, because he expects the scouts to come out. Can he see the scouts? No, he cannot see the stable, but he knows what's coming up, and there's the scouts moving out, a spearman moving forward, the monk behind that, and TaToH is going to try and catch a few monks here, but for now Stark actually able to bring back relics without really losing a lot of units. Stark did not see this, that's one monk for free, but immediately the spearman coming in to help out. Actually an outpost coming up forward, and that means Stark will have 5 relics as Italians. He's got a lot of gold in the bank already, good amount of farms up, and he will be able to click up to Imperial Age faster probably, while he is going to Siege Workshop now to try and be a little bit aggressive here. Now TaToH will go for a castle very soon, I think. I guess he should put it somewhere in the back here, maybe in front of the main gold, or maybe in front of the TC here. Not sure about that. And with 3 TCs, he is also with good resources for now. Castle coming up in front of the main TC, I guess it's the logical spot to build it. But the ram moving in, there's no Siege Workshop up yet. Siege Workshop coming up now for TaToH. And Stark, wheelbarrow, TaToH with wheelbarrow. But Stark is the one who's going up to take down the walls here and try to go in maybe with the monks. He's not going to come too far because the castle will stop almost anything, I guess. We have then, what else? Wheelbarrow is finished. Stark housed an 80 population with 5 relics, 4 relics inside? Only 4? Where's the last relic? Oh, actually a spearman protecting, and I guess Stark was losing a monk here, or lost a monk to TaToH scouts. Stark really close to Imperial Age, a lot of food in the bank already, and TaToH not so far behind, but he's doing light cav now. He does not want to get monk rushed here, so he feels the need to go for a few light cav, for a few military units, also sending a pet out now, and the first Huskarls on the way, Anarchy on the way, so it's delaying his Imperial Age to go with Huskarls right now. The light cav will be able to take down monks. There's 1 dead monk, that's 2 dead monks, that's actually 3 dead monks right now. And only 2 light cav going down. That monk quickly going to stay behind the spearman. I'm not sure where it's going now, but Stark clicked there. Trying to convert a mangonel, and actually successful. So Stark did redemption. There is barracks coming forward, and look at this. Already walls coming at outpost on the way. Blacksmith market, houses, and at the university. But I think this still could be open. A siege tower even coming up. Oh, I like this idea. The Huskarls into siege towers, but Stark spotted it in time, and he is now going quickly with 2 houses, with another market, with a gate coming up, double gate here. That's the only opening he has. Can he build a house here? This is still open. Huskarls moving in. Wow, huge. On the other side, there is the rams moving forward. A few spearmen, doesn't really matter. Watchtower is up, and Stark is up to Imperial Age. Where is the barracks coming up? He's got no barracks whatsoever at this point. Not sure why. Does he have barracks in the back? Now the barracks coming up. That's too late. Stark took too much time actually, and TaToH suddenly inside with Huskarls, because Stark did not see that opening in the wall, and TaToH could do a lot of damage here. At the same time, TaToH should save up for Imperial Age, which he's not doing because he's fully committing now with the Huskarls. Going with the mangonel, I think he should go for rams too. There is now monks moving in to try and convert the mangonel here. 1 monk going down, actually. Wow, the monk's dying. And Stark suddenly in trouble. TaToH with a very good counterattack. Men-at-arms coming in, but we are going to see the Conquerors finally. I think the Conquerors should be good against the Huskarls here. 60 HP, 10 attack, but it's 80 HP, 10 plus 1 attack already. And that's actually 1 base melee armor as well. The monastery is going down, but there's a few Conquerors already, and they're going to start and defend those monasteries by attacking the Huskarls. Long swordsmen won't be good enough against those Conquerors. They're probably something between 200 swordsmen and champions. And those monks are dying, but not without converting at least one of the Huskarls. A TC now coming up on the 3rd gold outside. And archery range is also on the way. Chemistry on the way. We're going to see hand cannoneers probably. And there's still 1 monastery up, so Stark can get those relics back. On the front, he's going to lose a few houses to the Huskarls, so TaToH bought a little bit of time. But can he click up to Imperial Age then? Because that's what he needs, definitely. He needs to go for the champion spam, or maybe hand cannoneer spam, I don't know. And he is nowhere close to clicking up to imp. That's the problem in my opinion. I guess he spent a lot of resources on those infantry units in Castle H now. Housed on 110 population is something that should not happen. Stark, in the meantime, good resources actually, and I think he's going to build a few hand cannoneers now. No, not happening. Not sure what Stark's planning to do here. Maybe he doesn't know and just wants to wait a little bit. Going with another monastery, and he is doing not a lot right now. Chainmail armor on the way. Not sure what the plan is now. Going to take the main stone, makes sense. Nice base layout again. I like how Stark is playing this. Of course, it's not so difficult to defend this. Actually, still open on this side. I didn't even see that. But TaToH is in no position to go in again because Stark revolted this. And Stark, a few monks here, will be fine to scare these infantry units away. Now, on the other side, quick house coming up because Conquerors are moving in. But I guess Stark only needs to go with one more ram, something like that, to be able to open this. Stark doing chemistry only now. I thought he clicked it before. Did he lose to the university? Oh, probably. That's why he isn't going for hand cannoneers. Resources still looking good for him. Let's go a little bit faster again because there's not so much happening right now. The check for TaToH. He's clicked up to Imperial Age. Very important to see. Taking the extra gold, can take the second gold as well. This is pretty safe actually. The watchtower helped a little bit, but of course the Conquerors starting to attack that house, and the long swordsmen are not going to be good enough. 60 HP, 10 attack. The Conquerors stronger, and TaToH may need more and more walls here to be able to hold these Conquerors off. Now they're going back at this point. Maybe to start and attack this forward here. TaToH actually taking the second gold here from Stark and still producing long swordsmen and Huskarls. Now TaToH going to imp. This will be really important because in Imperial Age he can spam units, can go for 200 swordsmen, and then he should be able to defend a little bit. Castle coming forward, bombard cannon on the way, and I think now Stark is going to start to go for hand cannoneers. Let's check. Yes, hand cannoneer production started. Theocracy domination soon to be finished, and the Conquerors moving in to actually try and attack those Huskarls. A few monks to heal, to get a few conversions in, and there is now hand cannoneers as well. I guess TaToH misclicked on the market to build a trade card, not sure what that's all about. And Stark with 30 military units against only 4. TaToH, good resources in the bank, conscription, corruption, 2-man saw. Not getting raided yet, but he needs more wood. He needs military buildings. He could fit a few inside his base. He has got 2 barracks only. Perfusion coming in, but what's the plan now? What are you going to do? Are you going for Huskarls or are you going for champions? I'm not sure what the better choice is because right now there's Conquerors and hand cannoneers on the field against him. Now he's moving out to build a TC, but Stark probably is going to find out about that. There's extra stone and extra gold on the map. Barracks coming up, that villager will survive. On the left hand side, 2 Conquerors guarding the gold, and now Stark is preparing his push. Guilds coming in, Blast Furnace coming in, Stark is in a scored, and TaToH going with the Trebuchet has got a few Huskarls inside, actually producing more Huskarls. Look, this is going so fast, but it's not elite Huskarls as far as I can see. It's only the standard, regular Huskarl. I think he needs the elite upgrade. This one castle he has is falling quite fast. He's got enough stone for another castle, but he needs to click elite Huskarl, and that's not happening yet. Bombard cannons, actually 3 of them now hitting buildings. They could go for the castle as well. And Conquerors trying to move in to get rid, actually successfully get rid of that trebuchet. Elite Huskarl finally getting researched. Very important to see that. And the castle can go down after that because the important upgrades are finished for Fusion and Elite Huskarl. I think Conscription as well. Ballistics now coming in from Stark. What is he planning to do here? A little bit of raiding with the Huskarls. Nice to see Conquerors coming in to actually stop that raiding on the top side. Also a lot of Huskarls now moving out. And Elite Huskarls should be able to put up a good fight against the Conquerors. Problem is, hand cannoneers and bombard cannons hitting the front of TaToH's base, and TaToH is quite open here. Not a lot of buildings left, and he could move in with those Conquerors quite early, quite soon. Nice houses and a gate coming up here, and now the first Conquerors on the way to try and do some raiding maybe. On the left-hand side, barracks coming up with more Huskarls coming in to raid the outside farms here. Conquerors trying to help. Stark has a better economy because he had more villagers earlier on. His economy didn't really get raided. Now he's losing all the monks here. He's losing a lot of units. Elite Huskarl is doing a good job. But there is 2 castles now, and while the trebuchets will go down, the castles will stand. And TaToH is trying to fight back here. He's actually putting up a good fight. Problem is, hand cannoneers now inside his base. Is there actually units in the back? Yes, he needed to get rid of the Conquerors, I guess. And those hand cannoneers, what can you do against them? Maybe Meng and Elshit would be good. But other than that, the Huskarls have that bonus attack against them, but they're also suffering from that huge attack power from the hand hand cannoneers. Look at this, single hand cannoneers going down fast. And the Conquerors now taking care of the outside base from TaToH as well. The hand cannoneers just standing around doing a lot of nothing here, but they're making sure that those farms cannot be used. So many idle farms. Bomber tower coming from StaRk. Wow, this is huge. Ooh, bomber towers inside TaToH space will be so devastating, I guess. Conquerors moving it again to the back. Walling coming in a little bit too late. This is still open. The Conquerors can go in. Those farmers are pretty much without any defense. And the Conquerors are in a bad fighting position. There's not too many of them. But the hand cannoneers are still on a post, and StaRk is controlling the map now, going for the extra gold. This is a bad mining camp. I hope he's going to rebuild this later on. And now a lot of Conquerors moving forward. TaToH only half the army of StaRk, and he can't do anything against the hand cannoneers. Now the Huskars finally approaching, but StaRk is starting to micro, and those single Huskars are going down really fast. Conquerors obviously dying, but TaToH is calling GG on 104 population against 197 from StaRk here. Very, very strong series from StaRk, actually able to defend long enough or to attack at the right time and win 3-0 in this winners bracket quarterfinal. Very, very strong performance by StaRk. I hope you enjoyed these games, and see you in the next games. GG.